Oh, thank you, Jesus.
We need to have a word with you.
Would your graces care to sit?
Hello everyone. In this video I'll talk a bit about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's success and touch upon the usual topics: gameplay, story, graphics, sound, value proposition, and I'll give a score at the end. We'll also make some parallels between this game and the rest of the industry, because we've been proven again and again that is possible to make a good game way cheaper than some of the big AAA publishers want us to believe. On each topic I'll tell you how I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 does things right, and I'm really hoping that the rest of the industry learns a thing or two finally from one of these guys that actually do things the right way, because they created a masterpiece for cheap. And it's a very good game, so all Andrew Wilsons and Chris Roberts of the industry, pay some attention, guys. You've been schooled. The game is not perfect, obviously, but it's pretty fucking close. You have no character creation in this game. You have an organic discussion with various NPCs at the start of the game. That's how you choose your class, you know, preferred combat style and so on. So you can't have top scars on Harry. I'm sorry, guys. The character is pretty much set in stone. The sequel takes immersion to a whole new level. From sprawling medieval towns and dense forests to the rugged countryside and imposing castles, every environment feels painstakingly detailed. The world isn't just a backdrop, it's alive with a dynamic day-night cycle and weather effects that influence your travel, combat, and even stealth tactics. The combat in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a true evolution of its predecessor's realistic, skill-based approach. Every duel demands focus and strategy. The timing for your swings, parries and dodges isn't just about quick reflexes. It's about understanding your enemy's moves and planning several steps ahead. You can feel the weight of every sword and the impact of each clash thanks to the improved animations and physics. The refined mechanics reward players who take the time to learn the intricacies of different weapons and combat styles, making every fight a tense, rewarding experience. The combat feels very good in first person, so for all developers who insist with the third person camera in these types of games, yeah, it can work fine in first person. Guys, stop making every game third person. Beyond the action, the game shines in its role-playing elements. The narrative is non-linear and brimming with historical authenticity, offering multiple paths and outcomes based on your decisions. More on this in the story section of the video. Whether you choose to honorably resolve conflicts, dive into political intrigues, or even take a darker, more pragmatic route, every choice carries weight. The interactions with richly drawn characters and factions make the world feel truly reactive to your actions. Your reputation evolves as you navigate the complexities of the medieval society. Adding another layer of realism is the robust crafting and survival system. Managing resources isn't just a side note, it's integral to your journey. From foraging and trading to upgrading your gear and managing your character's physical needs, the gameplay insists that you think like a true medieval survivor. This system aren't intrusive, rather they blend seamlessly with the narrative and exploration, making the entire experience feel cohesive and authentic. The crafting is seamlessly explained by tutorials in the same way the game introduces you to combat mechanics. The first time you brew a potion, someone is giving you step-by-step instructions. The first time you craft a weapon, a blacksmith explains things to you. It's very cool and organic. Exploration in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is both beautiful and challenging. Hidden secrets, side quests, and interactive environments encourage you to look closer at every corner of the map. The game rewards curiosity with encounters that range from engaging conversations with locals to unexpected skirmishes on the outskirts of civilization. The level of interactivity, from detailed environment storytelling to dynamic NPC behavior, makes the world feel remarkably lived in. Now, the story. Imagine stepping into a world where every cobblestone, every whispered secret in a bustling tavern, and every echo in a grand castle tells a story. The sequel doesn't just transport you to medieval times, it pulls you deep into a living, breathing narrative where your choices aren't mere dialogue options, but threads that weave your very destiny. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you're not just thrust into a series of scripted battles. Instead, you're given the reins of your own personal saga. The story follows a protagonist who is as complex as the era itself, a person caught between between personal ambition, a haunting past, and the rapidly changing political landscape. Every decision you make influences not only your character's evolution, but also the world around you. To some extent, that is. Because the world doesn't revolve around your character. Will you embrace honor and chivalry, or will you take the darker, morally ambiguous path? The narrative makes it clear. There is no one-size-fits-all hero here. The setting itself is like a character. The game paints a vivid picture of a medieval story in flux, where power struggles, shifting loyalties, and simmering tensions create an atmosphere of unpredictability. Political intrigue plays out on grand stages, feudal lords, rebellious factions, and the populace yearning for change all contribute to a backdrop that feels historically grounded, dynamic, and alive. This isn't a land of clear-cut villains and heroes, it's a place where every ally has secrets and every adversary a story worth knowing. What really makes the story resonate is the commitment to meaningful choice. Every action, from sparring an enemy to forging an unexpected alliance, carries consequences that ripple through the narrative. It's a world where honor is earned at a steep price and where survival means balancing on the fine line between duty and personal desire. This complex interplay of decisions forces you to constantly evaluate not only your strategy in battle but also your moral compass. The people you meet in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are far more than just side quests or background extras. They are fully realized individuals with their agenda. From the battle-hardened veteran with a sorrowful past to the enigmatic noble whose motives are as intricate as the realm's politics, every character enriches the story. Their interactions, conflicts, and evolving relationships make the narrative feel both unpredictable and profoundly human. What I love most about this sequel story is the ability to blend historical authenticity with a deeply personal journey. It challenges you to think critically about what it means to be a hero in a harsh and unforgiving world, where every victory is bittersweet and every setback a lesson in resilience. The narrative doesn't offer easy resolutions. Instead, it mirrors the complexity of real life, ensuring that the impact of your journey is felt long after the game's final chapter closes. In short, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't just a game, it's an immersive narrative experience that invites you to write your own chapter in a turbulent, beautifully crafted world. If you appreciate stories where every choice matters and where history is painted in all its gritty human detail, then this game is a journey you won't want to miss. There's a lot of voice lines recorded for this game. I don't remember playing a game like this where if you follow the main story, you'll sometimes have 20 or even more minutes of non-stop cinematics. I appreciate that a lot. The game even lets you skip them if you want, but yeah, why would you do that? I'm not judging. Now the graphics. This game, along with Star Citizen and New World, proves CryEngine is still alive and kicking. If the developers take time to bend it to their will, that is, it will treat them nicely in return. Building on a solid foundation of the original, the new engine has reimagined to deliver a world that feels incredibly alive. The level of detail is pretty cool, whether it's the weather-worn textures of ancient stonework, the lifelike rendering of characters' features, or the ever-changing lighting that dances across the medieval landscape. Every element is designed to draw you deep into the experience. Only the blurry skybox does the opposite for me. Seriously guys, that's one of the few gripes I have with the graphics in this game. And some sort of bloom that you can see through the trees sometimes that also looks off to me. And trivial stuff like birds, like these birds FX flying around, you can clearly see those are just particles that have some janky animations. And the sameness of the landscape. I would have liked the second map to be in a more mountainous area, but I digress. Devs had to finish the game, I suppose, so they used as many assets as possible. Mountains would have been an entire different biome, you know, with snow and shit, so never mind. I could nitpick and find all kinds of flaws, but to be honest, you won't notice half of these things if you're not having a professional defect like I do, as I'm an environmental artist. One of the standout features of the game is the advanced lighting system. Picture a scene where the glow of a setting sun gradually shifts the tone of the bustling town square, or where flickering light of a torch casts realistic moving shadows in a dark dungeon. The engine utilizes modern techniques like global illumination and advanced ambient occlusion to create a truly dynamic atmosphere. This means your in-game world isn't static, day turns to night, weather patterns shift, and every change is rendered with realism. minimalism. Textures play a huge role in creating a rich, immersive environments of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. From the intricate carvings on a noble's armor to the subtle wear on cobblestone streets, the graphics engine supports incredibly high resolution details. The result is a world that not only looks visually stunning but also feels historically authentic, where every surface tells its own story. The engine is designed to push modern hardware to its limits by incorporating real-time effects that add depth and interactivity to the environment. Managing vast open-world environments is no small feat. The engine is optimized to render large, detailed landscapes and densely populated towns without sacrificing performance. This means that even in the thick of a chaotic medieval market or amid a sprawling countryside, you can expect a smooth, visually impressive experience that keeps you fully immersed. Overall, the graphics engine of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 represents a significant evolution in the series. It marries historical authenticity with cutting-edge visual techniques, creating a world that feels both real and fantastically detailed. Performance, and I'll keep this short. It's great. I constantly had over 100 FPS maxed out. You can see the FPS in the corner for the entire review, by the way. Their version of CryEngine delivers very good open world quality and performance, so can't really complain. The sound is a bit lacking in the environmental department, meaning you will not hear a lot of environmental sounds when you run around doing your business. I'd like just a few more environmental sounds. It's very good as it is, but it could be perfect, with a few more in every situation, time of day and place. The voice lines of the NPCs you hear when running around are very good.
Come and take your pick.
Making the experience even more immersive. And Henry is not a silent protagonist, so I won't have to have my usual rant about it. Thank you, Warhorse. Everything is voice acted. Every single thing. I didn't found a single side quest or anything that's not voiced in this game. Truly impressive. So kudos to the actors who voiced these characters and the people who implemented them, because it was a titanic work, but fully paid off in the end. Yeah, every character has a matching voice. Some of the characters have dialects or they talk in a foreign language like Hungarian.
Mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy...
I like sheer barbarian luck.
Million heave amber
Minion heave-ho amber egg.
All add to the authenticity and immersion. And by the way, when they talk in a foreign language, there's no subtitles, so you won't know what's going on, and it's a pretty cool feeling. Yeah, other than that, other than what I described earlier, I have zero issues with the sound. And now it's time to talk about the value proposition. Well, the TLDR of that, the $1 per hour dream is alive and kicking with this game, because you will not finish the game in 60 hours, so it's cool. But I want to talk about something else in this section, and you can skip it, by the way. With a budget of $41 million, stretched over 6 years, not only the big studios are not able to deliver such experiences, but they keep telling us it's impossible, you know, it's impossible. I can't wait for the next lunatic who comes out with a title that says, we shouldn't expect such games because this is an anomaly, you know. Why is that? Well, let me give you a few things from the top of my head. I'm working in this industry for 20 plus years now, and I saw firsthand some of the following mistakes people make. Big companies have a lot of bloat in them. I bet these guys don't have that in their company, because yeah, you can't possibly afford useless people with that budget over 6 years. Guys, 6 years. I bet they didn't have 200 million budget for marketing. Again, you don't need commercials, a Super Bowl and 10 different trailers to succeed. Just make a fucking good game and the world will spread. I bet they had one vision holder with a clear vision, you know. Well, big companies don't have that. None of them have that. Or most of them don't have that, from what I see. Yeah, because in big companies, everyone and their mother wants to contribute. So yeah, they bastardized the idea. You have no clue. And I bet there were no switcheroos happening during production, you know, meaning the creative director didn't have to fight the publishers and 10 other layers of management for every little shit he wanted into the game, you know. Some studios focus on the wrong things. I'm looking at you, Star Citizen. I bet the amount of voice lines in this game and the price of the actors would make Chris Roberts jealous and dizzy. Most games start out with an unrealistic scope, with all sorts of unrealistic promises that are aimed at the shareholders just to make them feel good, you know. I bet this game had a realistic scope because money seemed well spent in every area. So yeah guys, give 41 million bucks to most of AAA companies and I bet they'll burn through every dollar in pre-production. Anyway, add all this together and you have a recipe for disaster. And yeah, another thing, games are more expensive to make now than 10 years ago, if you do all the wrong things. Remember that. Other than that, sure bro, I bet there's some inflation and some other stuff. I concede that much. So I'm not saying the games now are not more expensive to make, but it's not as bad as some people want us to believe. But yeah, Ubisoft and the likes want you to cave in and pay 100 bucks for their shitty games. Don't do that. 100 games come once every year, maybe even 2. All the rest should be 40. Yeah, even the quadruple Ubisoft titles should be 40. Would you look at that, guys? It's $39.99. So yeah, don't cave in. There's only a select few games that truly deserve 100 bucks. Let them try to price their badly made games like that and laugh a couple of months later when they're half the price. If they think GTA 6 will set a precedent, they're delusional, because there's not any other AAA company that's willing to make GTA-like games and Red Dead Redemption-like games. None of them. They all release half-assed products and expect GTA prices. Fuck off. So yeah, I digress. I just wanted to take this off my chest, really. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is totally worth it. Now the conclusion. Because I rambled a lot, I'll cut it short now. Or not. I have another mini rant about every dumb person who threw a fit on forums and all social media when this game launched because of gay romance options. Ooh. At launch, I saw the front page of the Steam forums filled with angry people complaining about the game being woke. I didn't record it, I don't even have a screenshot of it, but you just need to believe me, it was like that. So, Jesus Christ, guys. Well, this can't be further from the truth. I hope everyone knows it by now. I want to have clips in this review with Henry and the other guy doing you know what. But I was afraid I'd alienate the girl I was interested in the game. So yeah, anyway guys, as I said, subscribe to this channel only to have the pleasure of rage unsubscribing. When I say stuff like, if you're the type of person who gets outraged by a game like this because you think it's woke to have skippable gay romance options in an RPG, do me a solid and unsubscribe please. Some people act like in this game there are gay orgies everywhere. Yeah, so dumb guys. And by the way, all the shit you're pulling is hurting your cause. I don't like forced woke stuff either, but this is not it. I also think both groups lost touch with reality by this point. Yeah, I hate being preachy, I didn't want to do this, but I had to say it. Stop hurting your cause, guys and girls. Fight the meaningful battles. Anyway, I'd give this game a 10 out of 10 and call it Game of the Year already with 90% confidence. Realistically is 9 out of 10, but fuck it. After I watched a review from a respectable publication that gave it 7 out of 10, and the girl who was doing the review admitted she was on her phone during some of the cinematics. Yeah, I don't even know how the hell these guys still have a job. Anyway, such low of attention, sweat and tears deserve a perfect score. Only GTA 6 might surpass Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for me this year, if it even comes out this year, I don't know. So if you enjoy games like Red Dead Redemption 2, get this as you love it. This should be a wake-up call for all of us who consume this type of media. We should stop consuming shit and they'll collectively start doing games like this and not offering us meaningless cash grabs with no soul. Give this channel some love if you found this informative, because I really love making these reviews, but the algorithm doesn't push these videos to more viewers if you don't leave some feedback in form of comments, likes and subs, of course. Thanks for watching. I'll be off for 2 weeks or something, but I'll come back and we'll take a look at the new Monster Hunter and more. This year started slow, but will pick up at some point. Be sure of that.